Hello, my friends. I hope you're having a blessed, healthy day. Today I'm going to share something that could change your life forever. We're talking about a simple, powerful drink, just 1 cup in the morning, that can create an irresistible shift in your body's health. And the best part, it's natural, affordable, and proven to help keep you feeling strong, energetic, and youthful, especially if you're over 60. Now, this isn't some new fad or magic pill. This is real science that has been around for centuries, but is finally getting the attention it deserves. We're talking about beet juice. Yes, that humble red vegetable. You've probably walked past at the market 100 times. My friends, I want you to understand something very important about how your body works, because when you understand it, you'll see why this one simple change, adding beet juice to your mornings, can be absolutely life-changing. Every single cell in your body, from your brain to your toes, relies on circulation. Your heart is the pump, your arteries are the highways, and your blood is the delivery truck carrying oxygen and nutrients to every destination. Without good circulation, it doesn't matter how healthy you eat or how much you try to exercise, your cells can't get what they need to function at their best. Now here's the challenge as we get older, especially past 60, our blood vessels lose flexibility. Think about a garden hose that's been left in the sun for years. It gets stiff, it doesn't bend well, and it doesn't let water flow freely. That's what happens inside your arteries. They become less elastic, they don't open as wide, and the blood flow slows down. When that happens, you start to feel it. You get tired more easily. You can't think as clearly, your hands and feet get colder, and your muscles don't recover as fast. Some people even start to feel dizzy when they stand up too quickly because their blood pressure can't adjust fast enough. That's poor circulation talking. But here's where beet juice comes into the picture, and this is the exciting part. Beets are loaded with something called dietary nitrates. Now, don't confuse these with the unhealthy nitrates you hear about in processed meats. Those are a different story. The nitrates in beets are 100% natural and extremely beneficial for your health. When you drink beet juice, these nitrates go into your system and your body transforms them into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is like a miracle worker for your cardiovascular system. It sends a message to the smooth muscle inside your blood vessels telling them, relax, open up, let the blood flow. Imagine this, your blood vessels are like tiny tunnels, and over time they get narrower. Nitric oxide comes along like a road construction crew and widens the tunnels, clears the pathway, and lets traffic your blood flow freely again. What does that mean for you? It means your brain is getting more oxygen and more nutrients, so you think more clearly. It means your muscles get the fuel they need to move, lift, walk, and balance without tiring so quickly. It means your heart doesn't have to work as hard to push blood through stiff, narrow pipes. This is why so many people who start drinking beet juice say they feel lighter, more energized, and more alert, because their cells are literally breathing better. And here's something else fascinating. Nitric oxide doesn't just help with blood flow in the moment, it also trains your blood vessels to stay more responsive over time. The more regularly you give your body these natural nitrates, the more your vascular system learns to open up and circulate blood efficiently. This is especially important for seniors because circulation problems are at the root of so many age-related issues, muscle weakness, memory problems, slow healing, and even certain heart conditions. I've worked with thousands of people over the years, and I've seen this again and again as seniors start drinking beet juice daily, and within weeks they notice they're walking longer without getting tired, climbing stairs without feeling winded, and thinking more clearly during the day. It's not magic, it's biology. You're simply restoring what your body needs to function at its peak. I want to paint a picture for you. Think of your cells as little workers in a busy factory. They need oxygen to burn fuel and make energy. They need nutrients like vitamins and minerals to keep the machinery running. If the delivery trucks, your blood, are stuck in traffic, or the roads, your arteries are too narrow, those workers can't do their job. Productivity drops, and the whole factory slows down. But when you improve circulation with something as simple as beet juice, suddenly those delivery trucks can race down wide, clear roads. The workers get everything they need right on time, and the factory, the body, starts producing energy and health at full speed again. And it's not just about energy. Better circulation means better waste removal too. Your blood doesn't just bring in the good stuff, it also carries away the bad stuff like carbon dioxide and metabolic waste, so your body can detoxify and repair itself. Without good circulation, that waste removal slows down and you feel sluggish, achy, and older than your years. Now you might be thinking, well, I could just walk more or exercise to improve my circulation. And you're right, exercise is one of the best ways to keep your blood flowing. But what's beautiful about beet juice is that it works together with exercise. It gives you the energy and stamina to move more. And the more you move, the better your circulation gets. It's a positive cycle that feeds on itself. Let's also not forget about blood pressure. Many seniors struggle with high blood pressure, which puts extra strain on the heart. Nitric oxide from beet juice helps lower blood pressure naturally by opening the blood vessels and reducing resistance. This means your heart can pump blood more easily and your risk of heart-related issues goes down. I want you to understand this isn't a temporary energy boost like coffee or sugar that wears off in a few hours. This is about changing the environment inside your body. You're giving your cells a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients every single day. Over time, that builds resilience, strength, and a kind of vitality that makes you feel years younger. The truth is, most people underestimate the power of simple natural habits. They think they need complicated treatments or expensive supplements, but nature has already given us what we need. Beet juice is one of those gifts. It's inexpensive, easy to make, and you can find it in almost any grocery store or farmer's market. All it takes is 1 cup in the morning. Drink it on an empty stomach so your body absorbs it quickly. And if you don't like the earthy taste, you can mix it with carrot juice, apple juice, or even a squeeze of lemon. The key is consistency. 1 cup once in a while won't change your life, but 1 cup every day can. So my friends, I want you to think about your circulation as the foundation of your health. If the blood isn't flowing, nothing else in your body can work the way it should. But when the blood flows freely, when oxygen and nutrients are reaching every cell, your body can heal, repair, and thrive. Beet juice is one of the simplest, most effective ways to make that happen, especially as we age. Your health is in your hands. Start tomorrow morning with 1 cup and let your body show you what it feels like to have the energy, clarity, and vitality you deserve. Give yourself that gift. You've earned it. I want you to really think about something that affects every senior, whether we realize it or not. As we get older, 2 of the most precious things we have, our brain and our muscles, begin to slowly lose their edge. You might notice it when you forget a name you used to know instantly, or when climbing stairs leaves your legs feeling weaker than they used to. This isn't just old age sneaking up on you, it's your body telling you that it's not getting the support it needs. And a huge part of that support comes from the simple life-giving act of blood circulation. When circulation is strong, your brain and muscles are like well-watered gardens, lush, thriving, full of energy. When circulation slows, it's like a drought. Your brain cells don't get enough oxygen, your muscles don't get the nutrients they need, and everything starts to feel slower. You can't think as quickly, you tire out faster, and everyday activities become more of a challenge. But the exciting news is that this decline isn't inevitable. You can give your brain and muscles exactly what they need to wake back up and start working at their best again. Now here's where beet juice comes into play. The nitrates in beet juice convert to nitric oxide in your body, and nitric oxide opens up your blood vessels, allowing oxygen-rich blood to surge through your system. And let me tell you, your brain loves oxygen, your muscles love oxygen. When you increase that flow, it's like turning the lights back on in a room that's been dim for years. Suddenly your mind feels sharper. You remember where you put your keys. You follow conversations more easily. You can focus without feeling mentally tired. That's the power of feeding your brain what it needs. Fresh oxygen and nutrients delivered by a healthy, strong circulation. Think about the last time you tried to do a crossword puzzle or recall a word that was right on the tip of your tongue. If your brain cells aren't getting what they need, those moments become more frequent and more frustrating. But when you start improving blood flow, you're literally fueling your neurons, the tiny nerve cells that control every thought, every memory, every movement. These neurons are like high-performance engines, but they can't run on empty. Beet juice gives them the oxygen and glucose they need to fire on all cylinders. And then there are your muscles, your strength, your mobility, your independence. I tell all my patients, especially seniors, the key to staying young isn't just about how many years you live. It's about how well you can move, how strong you feel, and how easily you can do the things you love. That's where circulation becomes just as critical. Your muscles are made up of fibers that need constant delivery of oxygen and amino acids from your blood. When that delivery slows down, those fibers start to shrink. Your strength declines, your balance suffers, and your risk of falls goes way up. I want you to imagine for a moment an older man named Robert. He's 72 and he's always loved gardening. But over the past couple of years, his legs have felt weaker. Carrying a bag of soil feels like carrying a bag of rocks. He doesn't have the stamina to weed the garden for more than 10 minutes. He's frustrated and he's starting to think those days are behind him. Then he starts a simple habit, 1 cup of beet juice every morning. Over the weeks, something starts to change. His legs feel lighter, his endurance improves, and before long, he's back in that garden for an hour without feeling like he's run a marathon. What changed? His muscles were getting better oxygen delivery. They had the fuel they needed to work and recover. That's the beet juice difference. This isn't just about doing more, it's about protecting yourself from decline. Poor muscle health in seniors is a major cause of loss of independence. Once you can't get out of a chair easily, climb a few stairs, or walk around the block without resting, your whole world starts to shrink. But with better circulation feeding your muscles, you keep that strength, you maintain your freedom to move, to travel, to take care of yourself, and trust me, that's worth everything. Now here's something many people don't realize. Your brain and muscles are connected in more ways than one. It's not just your brain telling your muscles what to do. Your muscle activity also helps keep your brain sharp. When your muscles are active, they send signals to your brain that stimulate growth factors. These are chemicals that help keep your neurons healthy and even encourage the growth of new ones. That means that by keeping your muscles strong through good circulation, you're also protecting your brain. It's a two-way street, and beet juice fuels both sides. Let's talk about fatigue for a moment. Seniors often feel a kind of tiredness that doesn't go away with a nap. This isn't just getting older, it's your muscles and brain struggling without enough oxygen. When your red blood cells can't deliver enough oxygen to meet demand, your whole system runs on low power. But when you open up those blood vessels with the help of nitric oxide from beet juice, you allow your body to recharge in a way that coffee or sugar never could. That's why so many people who start drinking beet juice notice they're not just more awake, they have a deeper, more lasting energy that carries them through the day. Some of you might be thinking, well, I already eat healthy. Do I really need beet juice? My answer is this: even with a healthy diet, the delivery system, the circulation still matters. You can have all the nutrients in the world sitting in your bloodstream, but if your vessels are narrow and stiff, those nutrients aren't getting to your brain and muscles efficiently. Beet juice doesn't replace healthy eating. It supercharges it by making sure the good stuff actually reaches the places it's needed most. And here's another thing I love about beet juice. It works quickly. Studies have shown that just hours after drinking it, blood flow to the brain improves. That means you can start feeling the benefits almost immediately, while also building long-term resilience over weeks and months. For a senior who's been feeling sluggish mentally or physically, that quick change can be incredibly motivating. I've had people tell me they feel like their fog has lifted after adding beet juice to their mornings. They walk more confidently, they remember conversations more clearly, and they feel more engaged in life. And that's the goal, not just living longer, but living better. Being present, active, and joyful in every day you have. So my friends, I'm telling you from the heart, your brain and your muscles are two of the most valuable things you have. Protect them, feed them, keep them strong. You don't have to accept decline as an unchangeable part of aging. With something as simple and natural as 1 cup of beet juice each morning, you can give your brain the clarity and your muscles the strength they need to carry you through life with energy and independence. You are never too old to take charge of your health. Every day you have is an opportunity to build a stronger, sharper, more resilient version of yourself. So tomorrow morning when you pour that glass of beet juice, think of it as more than just a drink. It's fuel for your brain, power for your muscles, and a gift to your future self. I want you to picture something very clearly because this is at the heart of why I get so excited about beet juice and the way it works in your body. Imagine you've been living for years with low energy, slow recovery and circulation that just isn't what it used to be. You've gotten so used to it that you've accepted it as normal. You tell yourself, well, I'm older now, this is just the way it is. But what if I told you that by making one simple change, you could set in motion a transformation so powerful, your body would never want to go back to that old sluggish state again? That's what I mean by lasting. Some people call it irreversible benefits because when you start improving your circulation, nourishing your cells, and supporting your organs day after day, your body begins to operate on a whole different level. It's like upgrading from a worn-out bicycle to a smooth, powerful electric bike. You're not going to want to go back to pedaling uphill without help. Let's break down why this happens. Every single function in your body, from your heartbeat to your memory, from the way your muscles contract to the way your skin heals, depends on the steady delivery of oxygen and nutrients. When you drink beet juice regularly, the nitrates it contains are converted into nitric oxide, which relaxes and widens your blood vessels. That means better blood flow. Better blood flow means your cells get what they need more efficiently. And when your cells are consistently well fed and well oxygenated, they start functioning at their highest potential. Now here's the key. Your body remembers over time with daily support, your blood vessels stay more flexible, your tissues stay better nourished, and your energy systems become more efficient. This is what I call creating a new normal. Once your body adapts to that higher standard of health, you're no longer functioning at the sluggish, low-energy baseline you once had. It's as if you've reprogrammed your system to operate in a healthier, stronger state, and you don't want to give that up. Think about it this way. If you've been living in a dimly lit room for years, your eyes adjust to the darkness. You think, well, this is fine, I can still see. But then someone opens the curtains and sunlight pours in. Suddenly you can see every detail, every color, every corner of the room. Once you've experienced that clarity, would you ever want to go back to the darkness? Of course not. That's exactly what happens when your body gets used to better circulation. It wakes up and it doesn't want to go back to running on low power. One of the most amazing things I've seen is how this kind of consistent improvement changes people's outlook on life. When you're used to fatigue, brain fog, and weakness, you naturally pull back, you avoid activities, you say no to opportunities, you start living smaller. But when your body begins to feel strong again, when your mind is sharp and your muscles respond, you start saying yes more, you walk more, you socialize more, you try things you thought you were too old for. This creates a feedback loop. Better health leads to more activity, and more activity keeps you healthier. And it all starts with giving your body what it needs to function at that higher level. I also want to talk about something that's often overlooked, how your mitochondria respond to this change. Mitochondria are the little power plants inside your cells. They produce the energy you use for everything, thinking, moving, even healing. When circulation is poor, mitochondria don't get enough oxygen or nutrients to produce energy efficiently. They sputter along like an engine running on dirty fuel. But when you improve blood flow with beet juice, you're giving your mitochondria high-quality fuel in abundance. They respond by producing more clean, steady energy. And here's the beautiful part, just like your blood vessels, mitochondria adapt to this improved environment. They become more efficient over time, and that efficiency becomes your new baseline. Some people ask me, if I stop drinking beet juice, will all the benefits disappear? Now the truth is, you'll still need to maintain healthy habits. No magic drink can replace an overall healthy lifestyle. But here's what's encouraging. If you've been consistent long enough, your body has already learned how to function better. It's built stronger blood vessel flexibility, improved oxygen delivery systems, and healthier cellular function. You've laid a foundation, and that foundation doesn't vanish overnight. Here's a story that really stuck with me. A woman in her late 60s came to me feeling constantly tired. She had trouble walking more than a block without resting, and her memory wasn't as sharp as it used to be. I encouraged her to try 1 cup of beet juice every morning along with some light walking. Within a month, she was walking 2 miles without stopping. Her thinking felt clearer, and she told me she was finally awake after years of dragging herself through the day. Even after she cut back to drinking beet juice every other day, she maintained most of those gains because her body had adapted to that improved state. That's what I mean by irreversible. It's not a quick fix, it's a real shift in how your body operates. I want you to also consider the protective benefits. When you improve blood flow consistently, you're not just boosting your daily energy, you're protecting your long-term health. Better circulation helps keep your arteries cleaner, your blood pressure more stable, and your risk for serious cardiovascular problems lower. It also supports your brain health, which means you're actively working to protect your memory and cognitive function. This isn't just about feeling better today, it's about preserving your quality of life for years to come. Now let's not pretend this happens by accident. Your body is an incredible adaptive machine, but it responds to what you give it. If you give it poor circulation, low oxygen, and limited nutrients, it will adapt to a lower standard. But if you give it regular boosts in nitric oxide, consistent delivery of oxygen, and the nutrients it needs to thrive, it will adapt upward. That's the beauty of a daily health habit like beet juice. It teaches your body to operate at a higher level, and the more you keep that habit, the more permanent those benefits become. So my friends, I want you to take this to heart. You are not stuck with the way things are right now. You are not destined to slowly decline year after year. You have the ability to upgrade your health in a way that sticks, and it doesn't require complicated routines or expensive programs. Sometimes it's as simple as pouring yourself a cup of bright, beautiful beet juice in the morning and letting your body do the rest. If you've been feeling tired, weak, or foggy, give your body a reason to change. Give it the tools it needs to build a better baseline. Once you've experienced what it feels like to have energy in your step, clarity in your mind, and strength in your muscles, you won't want to go back, and your body won't want to either. That's the real power of this habit. When you make your health a daily priority, you're not just living, you're thriving. And that's the gift I want you to give yourself starting today. My friends, I want to give you something today that's so simple, so doable, and so powerful. You can start it tomorrow morning without spending a fortune or changing your whole life. In fact, it's so easy that most people underestimate it. But let me tell you, when you do something simple and you do it consistently, that's when the magic happens. I'm talking about 1 cup, just 8 ounces of fresh beet juice in the morning. That's it. No complicated recipes, no expensive supplements, no hours in the gym, just 1 cup every morning on an empty stomach, and your body will thank you in ways you can't even imagine. Now I know what you might be thinking. How can something so small make such a difference? That's the beauty of it. The key here is consistency and timing. By having beet juice in the morning before you've eaten anything else, you're giving your body a direct shot of nutrients and natural nitrates when it's most ready to absorb them. Think of your body like a sponge overnight. It's been resting, it's been cleaning itself out, and in the morning it's ready to soak up whatever you give it. Give it something powerful like beet juice, and you're starting your day on a whole different level. Let's walk through exactly what happens when you drink that 1 cup. First, those natural nitrates go to work, getting converted into nitric oxide, which relaxes and widens your blood vessels. That means your circulation improves, your blood pressure naturally comes down if it's too high, and oxygen delivery to your muscles and brain increases. This happens within hours. You'll literally feel more alert, more awake, not in a jittery caffeine way, but in a clean, steady, lasting way. Second, beet juice is rich in antioxidants, especially betalains, which give it that deep, rich red color. These compounds fight inflammation in your body, and inflammation, as I've said many times before, is at the root of most chronic diseases, heart disease, arthritis, diabetes, even cognitive decline. By starting your day with something that actively reduces inflammation, you're setting yourself up for better health all day long. Third, you're feeding your body essential vitamins and minerals, potassium for healthy blood pressure, folate for heart and brain health, vitamin C for your immune system, manganese for your bones and metabolism. And when you take these in the morning, your body can use them all day long for repair, energy, and cellular health. I also love the morning timing because it sets a tone for your day. If the very first thing you put into your body is clean, natural, and nutrient rich, you're more likely to make better choices for the rest of the day. You start feeling like, I've already done something good for myself, why ruin it with junk? It becomes a habit that anchors your health. Now let's talk about why just 1 cup is all you need. People sometimes think that more is better, but with beet juice, you don't need a gallon to see benefits. 8 ounces is the sweet spot. It gives you enough nitrates to make a difference in your blood flow, enough vitamins and minerals to support your body, and enough antioxidants to start lowering inflammation without overloading your system. And it's easy to stick to. Anyone can drink 1 cup. If the taste is a little strong for you at first, don't worry. You can mix it with carrot juice or apple juice for a sweeter flavor, or even add a squeeze of lemon. What matters most is that you keep doing it. Over time, your taste buds will adjust and you'll start to actually crave it because your body recognizes how good it feels after drinking it. And my friends, let's be real, this is one of the most affordable, accessible health habits out there. Beets are not expensive. You can juice them yourself with a basic juicer, or you can find pure beet juice in most grocery stores. Even if you buy it bottled, just make sure it's 100% beet juice with no added sugars or artificial stuff. This isn't about gimmicks or powders, it's about getting the real thing. I want you to think of this as your daily circulation boost. Just like some people have their morning coffee, this will be your morning circulation ritual. You drink it, you let it open up your blood vessels, and you give your body the oxygen and nutrients it needs to start the day strong. And when you do that every single day, those benefits build on each other. It's like putting a little money in the bank every day. Over time, you build wealth. Here, you're building health. One of the most inspiring things I've seen is how people's lives change when they make this small habit part of their morning. I've seen seniors go from barely being able to walk around the block to hiking with their grandchildren. I've seen people with constant brain fog start remembering things and feeling mentally sharp again. I've seen blood pressure numbers come down, energy levels go up, and faces light up with that glow you get when your circulation is firing on all cylinders. And remember, this isn't a quick fix. Yes, you'll feel benefits even from the first week, but the real power comes from what happens month after month. Your blood vessels stay more elastic. Your muscles stay better nourished. Your brain stays better oxygenated. You're creating a new baseline of health that your body will fight to maintain. That's when you start to notice the deeper changes, better endurance, better balance, stronger immunity, and a more positive mood. I also want to emphasize something important. If you're on medication for blood pressure or any other condition, talk to your doctor before starting beet juice. Because it's so effective at lowering blood pressure naturally, it can work alongside your medication in ways that might require adjustments. Always be safe and informed. So here's my challenge to you for the next 30 days. Make this a non-negotiable habit every morning before you eat breakfast, before you check your phone, before you even think about your to-do list. Drink 1 cup of beet juice. Do it for your circulation. Do it for your brain. Do it for your muscles. Do it for your future. And keep a little journal. Write down how you feel each day, your energy levels, your mood, your stamina, your memory. Pay attention to the small changes because those small changes are signs that your body is waking up and starting to run the way it was meant to. And I promise you, if you stick with it, those changes will add up to something amazing. The truth is, health doesn't have to be complicated. It's about giving your body what it needs consistently and letting it do what it's designed to do: heal, repair, and thrive. 1 cup of beet juice in the morning might seem small, but over time it could be the very thing that keeps you strong, independent, and full of life well into your later years. So start tomorrow, take that step, pour that cup, and watch what happens when you make one small smart choice every single day. My friends, before we dive deep into this, I need you to really listen to what I'm about to say, because while beet juice can be one of the most powerful, natural, and safe ways to improve your circulation, energy, and overall health, it is still a strong natural medicine for your body. And that means it can interact with the medications you may be taking, particularly blood pressure drugs, blood thinners, or anything that affects your cardiovascular system. I care about you and I want to make sure you're helped, not harmed by this simple habit. See, beet juice has an incredible ability to relax your blood vessels, The nitrates in the beets that your body turns into nitric oxide, and nitric oxide tells those vessels, hey, let's open up, let's relax, let's let that blood flow more freely. That's wonderful for most people, especially seniors who are dealing with stiff arteries or sluggish blood flow, but it's also powerful enough to lower your blood pressure naturally. Now here's where the caution comes in. If you're already on blood pressure medication, maybe it's an ACE inhibitor, a beta blocker, a diuretic, beet juice can magnify that effect. That means your pressure could go too low, and low blood pressure is no joke. It can make you dizzy, lightheaded, weak, or even cause you to faint. If you're walking around the house, that could mean a fall. And falls in seniors can lead to broken bones, hospital stays, and months of recovery. We don't want that. I've seen too many people start a new healthy habit without thinking about how it plays with what they're already doing. And it's not because they're careless, it's because nobody told them they had to be careful. That's why I'm telling you now, your first step before adding beet juice to your daily routine is to talk to your doctor or healthcare provider, not because beet juice is dangerous. It's not, but because you are unique. Your health history, your medications, your blood pressure, your heart, all of it is your own personal puzzle, and any new piece you add needs to fit perfectly. Now, if you go to your doctor and you say, Doc, I heard that beet juice can help my circulation and energy, and I'd like to start drinking a cup every morning, here's what might happen. Your doctor might say, that's fine, but let's monitor your blood pressure for the next couple of weeks. Or they might suggest you adjust your medication slightly, or they might say, let's run a few tests first just to be sure. All of that is good. That's them making sure your body is ready to accept this new ally in your health journey. Some people will say, well, Dr. Mandel, it's just a vegetable. How can it hurt me? And here's what I tell them. Nature is powerful. We've been so conditioned to think that only drugs can make big changes in our bodies. But the truth is, food is the most potent medicine we have. And just like drugs, food can interact with what you're already taking or doing. Beet juice is proof of that. It can lower blood pressure as effectively as some medications for certain people. So yes, it's gentle in one way, but it's also potent in another. And this isn't just about blood pressure meds. If you're on blood thinners like warfarin, apixaban, or even daily aspirin, you should still be cautious. While beets themselves aren't a major blood thinner, improved circulation and vessel dilation could make your medication's effect stronger. That doesn't mean you can't drink beet juice. It just means your provider should know you're adding it so they can keep an eye on your clotting times and other important numbers. I also want to touch on people who already have low blood pressure naturally. You might be the person who's always been at 160th or even lower. If that's you, beet juice could lower it even more, and that could leave you feeling tired, cold, or dizzy. The goal here is not to push your numbers too far in one direction, is to create balance. Now let's look at the flip side. If your blood pressure is borderline high and you're not on medication yet, beet juice could be a game changer for you. I've seen people lower their numbers by 5, 10, even 15 points just by adding that 1 cup a day. That's huge, and it can help you avoid going on medication in the first place. But again, your doctor should still be in the loop, because if your numbers drop fast, they'll want to know why, and they'll want to make sure it's safe for you. The reason I'm so adamant about this is because I've seen what happens when people ignore these cautions. They feel amazing. The first week, more energy, better mood, stronger in their walks, and then one morning they stand up too fast, get dizzy, and down they go. That's avoidable. That's why education matters. That's why you listening right now matters. Remember, beet juice is not a gimmick, it's not a fad, it's a nutritional powerhouse, and like all powerful things, it must be respected. You wouldn't double your medication without telling your doctor, right? So don't add a natural treatment that can mimic or enhance medication effects without talking to them either. If you're cleared to start, do it slowly. Maybe begin with a half cup for a week and see how you feel. Check your blood pressure at home if you can. If all is good, then move to the full cup. Listen to your body. If you feel more tired, more dizzy, or off in any way, stop and reassess. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. And here's the beautiful part. When you take this kind of cautious, respectful approach, you set yourself up for success. You get all the incredible benefits of beet juice, better circulation, more energy, improved stamina, without any scary surprises. You get to enjoy the journey instead of rushing into trouble. My friends, health is not just about adding things, it's about adding the right things in the right way. Beet juice can be one of the best gifts you ever give your body, but like all good gifts, timing and thoughtfulness matter. Respect your body, respect your medications, respect the process. That's how you win in the long run. So my advice to you is simple. Love your health enough to be cautious. Love yourself enough to ask questions. Love your future enough to take every step with wisdom. Do that, and this one small habit, 1 cup of beet juice in the morning, could change your life in ways you never thought possible. And you'll do it safely, wisely, and with the blessing of the people who are helping you stay healthy. That's the real win. Stay strong, stay smart, and may God bless you with health, clarity, and joy every single day.